Hi, thank you for joining me for this review of this WLToys Q696-D RC quadcopter, supplied courtesy of lightinthebox.com. This is also dubbed the Dragonfly 3. It's a 4-channel 5.8 GHz FPV quadcopter with a 5MP camera and a 2-axis gimbal. So it comes in this big box, but quite a nice box, solid, with the carry handle, which is always good for transportation. Let's open it up. And this is what we get on the inside. So, quite a big quadcopter. Here's the 2-axis gimbal mounted. And tilt action. Quite a nice shape, style and design. Flexible, but feels as though it can be very durable due to the flexibility, because it's more like a rubber compound rather than a hard plastic. This is what it looks like here. We've got these big landing feet. They also serve as LED light covers, so it should have very, very bright lights. What it looks like from the side. Okay, we get prop guards too. And this is the TX radio control transmitter. This is the battery charger. So it's a proprietary battery. We'll have a closer look at it. This plugs into mains. This plugs into here. And then you plug the proprietary battery into here to charge. Now it does take a while to charge. It can take about 200 minutes. We get an instruction manual, average paper, table of contents, battery charging, first flight preparation, good diagrams, reasonable English, some more details on the functions and calibration. And that's the manual. And here we also get the propellers. And if we have a look at the size of a DJI Phantom propeller, virtually the same size. So let me get the box out of the way. So this has brushed motors. And this is the proprietary battery, the 7.4 volts 2600 mAh. That should be good for a flying time of around 13 minutes, which is quite a good flying time. And it just slides in comfortably here, and then we just press to lock it on. And look at these bright lights, very bright indeed. So we even got two little front white headlights, green on the front, red at the back. And if we look under here, very bright. So this will definitely be good to see at night and for night flying. So I will definitely do a night flight with this. And to remove the battery, we just need to press down and pull back here to release the battery. And here's the gimbal mounted on here. Soft dampers. But I'll fly it without doing any modifications and see how it performs. And if there is any jello, I'll see if I can find a solution to reduce or eliminate jello. It's made of plastic. Is a 2-axis gimbal. This is what it looks like from the side. Quite light, so it doesn't add too much weight. Then this also comes with an SD card reader and a 4 GB micro SD card that slots in underneath the camera over here. Let me just put this in. Press down and it locks into position there. The prop guards just slide and fit in over here and lock into place. Feel quite strong, and to remove them you just give it a tug. So this is nice and easy and quick and convenient if you like to use prop guards. Then the propellers come marked with a little arrow on here. So this is an anti-clockwise propeller with the arrow going in that direction. And on the end of the arms, just before the motor housings, you could see the direction and you put the corresponding propeller on. So this is an anti-clockwise propeller. So we unfasten the prop nut by turning clockwise. Then under here it can only fit on in one direction or slot in to this rectangular shape, and we put this on, slides in quite comfortably, and then we fasten it for an anti-clockwise propeller. So there's no spanner that comes with this to tighten it, so you really have to just use it finger tight, but they're self-tightening propellers, so as this turns anti-clockwise it'll self-tighten. So let me just take these off again. Let's have a closer look at the radio TX control transmitter. Now you should really turn the quad on first. Should be able to see the functions better. So that's the quad switched on. Then we turn on this TX radio control transmitter, and to bind we're going to move the throttle lever up and down, and the camera gimbal is just settling down into position here. So we get a very nice LED display here. it gives you the battery level of the quadcopter battery, gives us the flying speed, gives us the battery level of the radio TX control transmitter, gives us the height, gives us the channel. This is a 4-channel TX radio control transmitter, and it gives us the flight duration. So very nice to have a bit of telemetry and on an on-screen display, OSD. Now this does feel very nice. It has a nice shape to it, you know, rounded to get a good grip at the back here. It does have a good feel. The gimbal sticks are great. Both are spring loaded because this also has altitude hold. So our throttle lever stays in the center position. Then this button on the top here is to adjust speeds. 2 beeps high speed, 1 beep low speed. It only has the 2 speeds. This button here is to press and do flips and rolls. These are trim buttons here. Then this button here is for auto takeoff. So if I press it, the motor starts. And then if you press these 2 buttons on top simultaneously, that's emergency stop. But you can also start the motors by pulling the levers down and outwards, and stop them by pulling the levers down and inwards too. This button over here is to take a picture, and to take video, a long press. These 2 buttons here are on the head and off the head. I really have no idea what that means, but if I do find out in the process of this review, I will let you know. This button on the top over here, this button over here is for 1 key return, and this button over here is for headless mode. So this has a range of about 150 meters. Let's see what will happen if it does lose contact with the radio control transmitter and go out of range. So I'll just start up the motors again. 1000. So let me just start up the motors again. Turn the TX off. 1001, 1002, 1003. So in about 3 seconds it'll power down and drop wherever it is. Can we rebind with it? Yes, we can. Let's just test. So that is the fail-safe that this has. So let's take it out and see how well it performs, how well it flies, and also how the gimbal and the quality of the camera works. And let's see how the Q696-D Dragonfly 3 flies. So all ready to take off. Going to start the clock. Take off. Okay. One motor is a little bit slow. Holding steady, nice. Let's start the video. Bring it back. Okay, pushing up against the wind a bit here. Okay, let's take it up. Okay, climbing nicely, lights look nice and bright. Do a pan over here. forward. So at a height of 21 meters, distance of 86 meters. Take it up a bit higher. We're at 26 meters. Nice to have telemetry and OSD. The wind's about 6 miles per hour, so it is getting pushed back by the wind. Further. Holding altitude nicely. Let's bring it around towards the sun and see what that does to the video and the camera. Back this way again. Lights are really bright, looks very nice, very easy to see orientation. Flying quite well and quite smoothly. Have a pan and a view over here. Take it up a bit more. Okay, we're at 30 meters. Still holding nicely, holds altitude very steadily. We've been going nearly 5 minutes. Does get pushed back quite a bit by the wind. Okay, low battery warning, and on 10 minutes. I'm going to bring it in. Okay, still not landing on its own. Okay, but let me press the land button. Okay, and that's landing. Stop the clock, so a time of just over 10.5 minutes. A very nice flight, a good flying time. Let me just turn the transmitter off. Hopefully the videos come out nicely, very stable, holds altitude very well, very responsive. Lights are very bright, very easy to see, very good for orientation. And I'll also do a night flight with this, so stay tuned if you'd like to see a night flight of this too. The gimbal works nicely. Let's see what the video footage came out like.